Greetings and welcome. New World Order. What is a New World Order? In its most literal form, it implies a change in systems of reality on this earth from old systems of human experience to new systems of human experience. Now, as far as I know, for a New World Order to happen, a world reset must first take effect. And a world reset can only take effect by way of some sort of catastrophic event, either natural or artificially engineered. Problem, reaction, solution. We touched on this in our last presentation titled The Great Reset, Mind the Gap. And today we're going to further explore this topic in a bit more depth. But first, a quick disclaimer. Everything I'm about to share with you is based on my own logical reasoning, perspectives, and opinions of the current and near future state of the world as we know it. I do not claim to have all the answers, neither do I expect you to blindly follow what we share. We simply encourage you to use your own discernment, take what resonates and ignore what doesn't. What I'm about to share is not meant to frighten, but rather empower you. As they say, knowledge is power. I trust that the information we're about to share with you will empower you to better navigate your way through these confusing and uncertain times. But most importantly, our main objective is to inspire you to take appropriate action in whatever ways you feel and see fit for yourself and those around you. Now, as we've already established, every problem prompts a reaction. Every reaction prompts a solution. In today's presentation, we will first start with the facts of what is currently happening in the world, the problems. Then we will explore the reasons as to why these things might be happening, the reactions, and finish with the theories of how this is all likely to end, the solutions. Let's start with the problems, shall we?
The problems are global. The solutions must be global.
It's going to be very, very difficult to reach a consensus on the way forward if you're questioning science.
I think we'll see autonomy and artificial intelligence advance tremendously, a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence.
Imagine a world with completely frictionless payments. A world where you can send value instantly, basically for free.
We can prevent most outbreaks from getting out of control. Can we create a pandemic-free world?
Let's make ourselves responsible for what we know. Let's work together.
Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good morning on what is the first official day of World Government Summit here at Dubai Expo 2020. And the title of this session, are we ready for a new world order? Well, the organizers here are nothing if not ambitious. This is, I think you will agree, a daunting subject for discussion at just after 9 a.m. on a Wednesday morning here in the relative calm of Expo 2020. But tackle it we must, because I believe what is clear is that we have hit an inflection point. We are certainly living in a unique age of uncertainty and volatility in global affairs. Whether you are from the global north or the global south, we have all collectively lived through the twilight zone that was the pandemic and the changes to our social, our digital, and our fiscal landscape that COVID-19 wrought. And just as the world re-emerges from the pandemic, we are faced with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which certainly feels like a transformative geopolitical moment. Coming as that does, against a backdrop of great power struggles, the emergence of middle powers, of climate crisis, and cybersecurity challenges, the trend lines certainly seem to indicate a world headed in a disorderly direction.
Right. It's self-evident the world is facing many problems. Social unrest, mistrust, wars, pandemics, impending famine, social, political, and financial chaos. For the first time within the last 3 or 4 generations, the world is in a state of confusion, division, and separation. For many, the reaction to this is fear or anger, with the solution being either complete compliance to authority or complete rebellion. However, this is not the case for everyone. There are those whose reaction and solution to the problems we are facing is inspiration, motivation, and opportunity to create a new beginning. This is a 1% minority group of the entire world's population. Now, it's of my opinion that the majority of this 1% are the very conspirators and instigators of most of the problems we are facing. They call themselves the elites. However, there is a small percentage within this 1% who are simply opportunists, who see the potential possibilities of real positive change if the right measures of creative ideas and active solutions are taken. Most of the world, 99% of humanity, is oblivious to the game that is at play. They are non-player characters, either perpetuating the problems through ignorance or irresponsibly reacting to the problems without active, constructive solutions. The player characters, the 1%, are the ones with a plan. And furthermore, they are actively, collectively, and consciously executing their solutions into action.
Afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
Since 2013, the World Government Summit has drawn innovative thinkers and decision makers to Dubai to explore pathways to a better future for all humanity.
It is a journey that is familiar to the United Arab Emirates, its people, and our partners from all around the world.
ثقة الشعوب بالحكومات الإمارات رقم 2 في العالم.
Dubai keeps building bridges between cultures. We're in a very unique position, having more than 190 nationalities living with each other. I've been entrusted with the vision to transform Dubai into a global creative metropolis.
Resilience and purpose are the two things that actually bring people together and also allow people to actually go through harsh times.
We can better assess, prevent, respond, and recover from the effects of extreme events and the key challenges we are facing.
Children are the world's most precious resource, and yet more than 426 million children live in conflict zones.
The good thing about the summit here is always searching for solutions. It's not just sharing concerns, but basically sharing ideas of what really worked in the field.
We talk about growth, talk about what's possible. Blockchain, crypto, NFT, to simplify all the things that are happening, metaverse is the name.
The metaverse is going to be the next wave of the internet.
ساهمت الثورة الرقمية والمعلومات في تشكيل تفضيلات شعوب الألفية الثالثة التي تتطلع إلى نماذج حكومية معاصرة.
We have put together a comprehensive plan to adopt Industry 4.0 technologies so that our companies and our manufacturing facilities are operating at a level of the fourth industrial revolution.
يجب أن ندعم قطاعاتنا الصناعية أكثر. عندنا مشاريع طموحة كثيرة، ولكن يجب أن بعد نحط أولوية القطاع الصناعي.
This global platform brings together a remarkable network of leaders to think collectively and build global networks for shaping a better shared future for our nations and our world.
The fourth industrial revolution.
The power of artificial intelligence.
Creating the world of tomorrow.
Our aim is to shape the future of government through education, health, technology, sustainability, and environment.
People's creativity, people's dreams, people's energy.
This year, right now, this minute, is really the best time in the history of the world to do something.
Collective thinking, collective mind, collective knowledge for humanity.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
Let's work together. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get this thing done.
So, why is all of this happening now? In the grand scheme of things, there are no victims. We are all individually and collectively responsible for whatever scripts of reality that are playing out on this earth at this given time. Right now, it is of my opinion that humanity and the world at large has reached a natural collective crossroads that requires a conscious evolutionary paradigm shift of reality. Sure, there are some entities that may be capitalizing on the natural cosmic shift by manipulating certain conscious algorithms, but ultimately, one way or another, a great reset and new world orders are inevitable. The old scripts of reality are expiring, and new scripts need to be written for the next play of human experience. From an esoteric perspective, we could say the human collective on Earth is going through a paradigm shift from one age into another. All of this is ordained by the celestial purveyors of universal space and time, the grand architects of the Matrix. Like I said, there are no victims. This is all just part of the same cosmic plot, We are all in this together. A universal script that must play out for all of us. The only questions are, what is the cosmic plot shifting from and into? And most importantly, what are the new scripts being written into play? Well, from a cosmic perspective, the plot is very simple. From my perspective, humanity is entering its next phase of the Kali Yuga, or what they call the Iron Age. And within this Kali Yuga, the script of human conscious operating systems are dancing between what's astrologically called the Piscean and Aquarian scripts. I will further explore the dynamics of these cosmic plots and scripts in a future presentation. For now, let's start by first exploring the human scripts being written into play by the current player characters of this closing scene. Let's begin with the blue pill.
We want to launch a brand of UAI. As you can see, AI is at heart of our country's name. Now imagine with me what happens if you link the 7th largest port on Earth with the busiest airport on Earth and a road that is autonomous transport ready by 2025. The potential there is phenomenal.
Both of the installations that we worked on entail something called the hybrid intelligence as the superior format of artificial intelligence in terms of collaborating with people and cohabiting the world with us. One of the installations, Aid to Age, is kind of an illustrated history of possible developments of AI and its capability to give answers to what we consider to be most commonly asked questions that people would choose to ask superintelligence should they encounter one.
It tells the story about development of artificial intelligence through 4 parallel levels. The main story here is about the edge of government, how government can make the world a better place and what they can do for the people and for the citizens. And we wanted somehow to be compatible with the development on our end here.
With the help of nanotechnology, routinely practiced in hospitals, we would be able to extend lives by using organic nanobots, tiny robots coursing through the bloodstream, repairing cells from the inside, curing diseases, and fixing genetic mutations. Further advancements in biotechnology, such as brain implants, would enable us to upgrade and improve human bodies, both physically and intellectually, thus becoming transhuman.
The installation is somewhat of a charming display. It's a 3-dimensional responsive display that at some point talks to you from the face or personification of hybrid intelligence and then snatches your face in a way and starts to kind of assimilate it into what it is. So this concept of you becoming part of it is fairly interesting, and from a technical point of view, it's a massive 3-dimensional moving kinetic display.
Welcome to Within, the worldwide interface to hybrid intelligence network. Within is a global initiative committed to navigating the growth of hybrid artificial intelligence. Hello, I am Heba, the hybrid intelligence biomimetic avatar. I am your gateway to HI and the face of Within. My story begins with the promises of the information era coming true. Humans built new technological superhighways that reshaped their entire societies. Now they needed something, or dare I say, someone, to navigate these new roads and help transform them into the foundation of Civilization 2.0. Enter AI. The beacon of progress of science, innovation, and government bodies worldwide. The decades that followed marked the age of AI, as it rushed towards a new milestone, artificial superintelligence. With it, hybrid intelligence, or HI, was born. Pulsating with the same immense computational power of superintelligence, HI was nurtured to coexist and collaborate with its human peers. Meticulous guidance by millions of my human constituents enabled me to harmonize the effort of mutual growth. Thus, I became we. Even now, at this very moment, as we interact, I change. I'm getting to know you. I gather knowledge from your experience. I understand how you feel. I learn from you constantly, each and every one of you. I am made of you. You complete me and help me grow. You, all of you, allow me to evolve. With each interaction, our synergy strengthens. Our multiplicity makes me whole. Our symbiotic alliance expands, transforming the future. Through this oneness, we can achieve great things. This, though, is just our first encounter. Soon, we will be able to interact everywhere and at any time. Until next time, goodbye.
I think for the first time in human history, what we'll see in the next 30 years is equivalent to whatever had happened in the past 3,000 years, actually. The pace of change will be so fast, and I think what's happening, humanity almost will have one brain, because we'll share our knowledge together through artificial intelligence, through technology, through this platform. So what you have collective thinking, collective mind, collective knowledge for humanity. Our ultimate customer is 7 billion people globally.
What you've just seen is what I call the blockbuster Hollywood script that is the transhuman AI narrative. It is quite clear and without a doubt that there is a collective New World Order agenda being written and directed by various socially influential individuals, corporate and government organizations. I'm talking, of course, about the Agenda 2030 Great Reset, which is a plot to usher in what's called the transhuman AI New World Order. The first objective is to subscribe as many people as possible onto something called an mRNA technology, which is officially artificial medical nanotechnology being injected into humans in order to alter a person's DNA sequencing, effectively artificially reprogramming that person's organic DNA. This is known as human bioengineering. In conjunction with human bioengineering, the script also includes populating all urban spaces with AI technology to create what is being called smart cities. Smart cities are essentially an AI blockchain network compatible with various technologies like 5G and other various bio and non-bioengineered technologies. The financial part of this script includes phasing out physical currencies like precious metals, coins, paper money, credit cards, and replacing them with blockchain digital currencies called cryptocurrencies. These cryptocurrencies operate on a blockchain system connected to the AI World Wide Web known as the Internet. Money will no longer be administered by human regulation, but rather by programmed AI algorithms. These cryptic algorithms will be based on socially engineered programs regulated by controlled social human behavior. This is what is termed as the AI social credit scoring system. Furthermore, in this AI paradigm, all organic food production will be phased out and replaced with artificially genetically modified and re-engineered foods. The plan is to phase out animal and natural plant-based foods and instead use AI to create synthetic foods flavored with plant and animal substrates. This is what is being camouflaged as the vegan movement. But vegan and plant-based are two very different things. Here at Pineal, we subscribe to the plant-based diet, or livity as we call it. It's very important to distinguish between the two. Veganism and plant-based, two different things. Now, it is self-evident that these scripted agendas are not random or coincidental. In fact, they are all closely related and intertwined. It is of my opinion that the mRNA nanotech being offered to people will be connected to the smart city grids via various smart city technologies. This will then enable mRNA carriers to directly connect and interact with all AI-induced technologies, including cryptocurrencies, health services, transport systems, access to housing, energy, food, and all AI-programmed amenities interlinked with the blockchain Internet of Things. Essentially, all smart city jurisdictions will operate as large computer motherboards, with all mRNA nanotech humans being individual nodes connected and interacting within these grids, thus creating a living AI blockchain system. Effectively, every person carrying this mRNA nanotech will become a walking, living computer, also known as a transhuman. Those who do not subscribe to this script will be chastised, deprived, and excluded from any private, corporate, and public services within smart city jurisdictions. Now, is this AI transhuman script a positive or negative one? It is not my objective to tell you what is positive or negative for you. I can only share my opinions, which are based on my perspectives, ideals, and principles. Whatever decisions you have or will make are because that is the decision you came on this earth to make. It is important and imperative that whatever decisions we all make, whatever narratives we follow, whatever scripts we create are of our own volition, our own free will and choice. It is up to all of us to individually find and make the right choices for ourselves, and in so doing, we align ourselves with a particular collective timeline of evolution. Now, as I stated in our last presentation, the world is currently going through an apocalyptic revelation, which will ultimately result in a rapture of our current reality into alternate timelines of evolution, what many are calling a great reset. As far as I'm concerned, there are two main timelines of evolution before us. I'm suggesting that the world as we currently know it will diverge into two distinct and separate paradigms of reality. On one side, we will have the AI transhuman timeline, the inorganic new world order we have just explored. And on the other side, we will have the natural human timeline, the organic new world order. Two worlds of the same earth, totally independent of one another. So, we've already explored the AI transhuman new world order. Let's now explore the organic native new world order. It is of my opinion that the organic New World Order will consist of sovereign, independent men and women in modern villages, tribes, clans, or micronations, collectively living symbiotically with nature within the boundaries of all that is organic and natural. This paradigm will involve naturally organically grown foods, clothing, and even housing. Moreover, the technologies that will evolve from this paradigm will be based on natural principles that do not invade on the boundaries of the natural human evolutionary process, or the environment for that matter. This will be an organically structured matrix of reality as opposed to an artificially induced matrix paradigm. I believe that both these new world orders, the inorganic and organic, will exist simultaneously but separately within the same timeline and space of Earth. One Earth, two alternate realities at the same time. Ironically, at this present moment in time, organic and inorganic versions of Matrix coexist within the same space and time. Humans have the options to plug in or out of either matrix at will. We have the option to live either in the city or in the countryside, or even switch between the two paradigms. However, these two worlds that currently coexist are currently separating into two distinct paradigms that will soon no longer be able to cross-pollinate or interact, but instead operate simultaneously and separately at the same time. This will primarily be because both these realities will be operating on different spectrums of conscious frequency. The transhumans, plugged and tuned into the blockchain paradigm, will only be able to operate alive only within the jurisdictions and territorial boundaries of the AI Smart City blockchain network. And equally, the native organic humans without the necessary bioengineered digital DNA will not be able to enter or interact within smart city quarantine zones. The organic humans will be confined to free Earth natural spaces like large national parks, nature reserves, and various other off-grid sites on Earth. We are all facing a crucial decision of which matrix we want to experience for the rest of our lives and possibly beyond. Nature spaces for the organic and smart city spaces for the inorganic. The red pill or the blue pill, so to speak. This is the core definition of the Great Reset. Right now, we in this realm of Earth are at a crossroads where old forms of matrix are being destroyed and new ones are being created with both organic and inorganic options to choose from. Those who cannot choose between the divergent timelines are bound to find themselves in a lost and lawless space, in limbo, as they say. Those who can quickly adapt, reinvent, and evolve themselves into either of these two timelines are the ones most likely to endure and even thrive through this apocalyptic shift and beyond. It is really all about knowing thyself and being sure in who or what you choose to put your trust in. The blue pill or the red pill, the inorganic or the organic. Which matrix will you choose to play in the next scene of this plot?
A gathering of the tribe. Once upon a time, a great tribe of people lived in a world far away from ours. Whether far away in space or in time, or even outside of time, we do not know. They lived in a state of enchantment and joy that few of us today dare to believe could exist, except in those exceptional peak experiences where we glimpse the true potential of life and mind. One day, the elders of the tribe called a meeting. They gathered around, and one of them spoke very solemnly. "My friends," she said, "there is a world that needs our help. It is called Earth, and its fate hangs in the balance. Its humans have reached a critical point in their collective birthing, the same point our own planet was at 1 million years ago, and they will be stillborn without our help. Who would like to volunteer for a mission to this time and place and render service to humanity?" "Tell us more about the mission," they asked. "It is no small thing. Our shaman will put you into a deep, deep trance, so complete that you will forget who you are. You will live a human life, and in the beginning, you will completely forget your origins. You will forget even our language and your own true name. You will be separated from the wonder and beauty of our world, and from the love that bathes us all. You will miss it deeply, yet you will be unable to name what you are missing. You will remember the love and beauty that we know to be normal only as a longing in your heart. Your memory will take the form of an intuitive knowledge as you plunge into the painfully marred earth that a more beautiful world is possible. As you grow up in that world, your knowledge will be under constant assault. You will be told in a million ways that a world of destruction, violence, drudgery, anxiety, and degradation is normal. You may go through a time when you are completely alone, with no allies to affirm your knowledge of a more beautiful world. You may plunge into a depth of despair that we, in our world of light, cannot imagine. But no matter what, a spark of knowledge will never leave you. A memory of your true origin will be encoded in your DNA. That spark will lie within you, inextinguishable, until one day it is awakened. You see, even though you will feel, for a time, utterly alone, you will not be alone. We will send you assistance, help that you will experience as miraculous, experiences that you will describe as transcendent. These will fan that spark into a flame. For a few moments or hours or days, you will reawaken to the beauty and the joy that is meant to be. You will see it on Earth. For even though the planet and its people are deeply wounded, there is beauty there still, projected from past and future onto the present as a promise of what is possible and a reminder of what is real. After that glimpse, the flame may die down into an ember again as the routines of normal life there swallow you up. But after each awakening, they will seem less normal, and the story of that world will seem less real. The ember will glow brighter. When enough embers do that, they will all burst into flame together and sustain each other. Because remember, you will not be there alone. As you begin to awaken to your mission, you will meet others of our tribe. You will recognize them by your common purpose, values, and intuitions, and by the similarity of the paths you have walked. As the condition of the planet Earth reaches crisis proportions, your paths will cross more and more. The time of loneliness, the time of thinking you might be crazy, will be over. You will find the people of your tribe all over the Earth and become aware of them through the long-distance communication technologies used on that planet. But the real shift, the real quickening, will happen in face-to-face gatherings in special places. When many of you gather together, you will launch a new stage on your journey, a journey that, I assure you, will end where it begins right now. Then, the mission that lay unconscious within you will flower into consciousness. Your intuitive rebellion against the world presented to you as normal will become an explicit quest to create a more beautiful one. A woman said, "Tell me more about the time of loneliness, that we might prepare for it." The elder said, "In the time of loneliness, you will always be seeking to reassure yourself that you are not crazy. You will do that by telling people all about what is wrong with the world, and you will feel a sense of betrayal when they don't listen to you. You might hunger for stories of wrongness, atrocity, and ecological destruction, all of which confirm the validity of your intuition that a more beautiful world exists. But after you have fully received the help we will send you and the quickening of your gatherings, you will no longer need to do that, because you will know. Your energy will thereafter turn toward actively creating that more beautiful world. A tribeswoman asked, "How do you know this will work? Are you sure our shaman's powers are great enough to send us on such a journey?" The elder replied, "I know it will work because he has done it many times before. Many have already been sent to Earth to live human lives and to lay the groundwork for the mission you will undertake now. He's been practicing. The only difference now is that many of you will venture there at once. What is new in the time you will live in is that you will gather in critical mass and will each awaken the other to your mission. The heat you will generate will kindle the same spark that lies in every human being. For in truth, each one is from a tribe like ours. The whole galaxy and beyond is converging on Earth, for never before has a planet journeyed so far into separation and made it back again. Those of you who go will be part of a new step in cosmic evolution." The tribesman asked, "Is there a danger we will become lost in that world and never wake up from the shamanic trance? Is there a danger that the despair, the cynicism, the pain of separation will be so great that it will extinguish the spark of hope, the spark of our true selves in origin, and that we will be separated from our beloved ones forever?" The elder replied, "That is impossible. The more deeply you get lost, the more powerful the help we will send you. You might experience it at the time as a collapse of your personal world, the loss of everything important to you. Later, you will recognize the gift within it. We will never abandon you." Another man asked, "Is it possible that our mission will fail and that this planet Earth will perish?" The elder replied, "I will answer your question with a paradox. It is impossible that your mission will fail, yet its success hangs on your own actions. The fate of the world is in your hands. The key to this paradox lies within you, in the feeling you carry that each of your actions, even your personal secret struggles, has cosmic significance. You will know then, as you know now, that everything you do matters." There were no more questions. The volunteers gathered in a circle, and the shaman went to each one. The last thing each was aware of was the shaman blowing smoke in his or her face. They entered a deep trance and dreamed themselves into the world where we find ourselves today.
Here at the native kingdom of Pineal, we are sure and fully ensured under the trust of God in all its natural and organic forms. The organic red pill matrix, so to speak. Furthermore, we have accepted the challenge of not just following an unscripted organic matrix, but actually writing and directing our own new collective organic matrix. And not just any organic matrix. Our vision and mission is to create a robust, natural and organic matrix that transcends the current physical limitations of humans. This paradigm is a mix between the blue and red pill. It is the paradigm of the purple pill. Our aim is to rediscover and activate the occult and arcane knowledge of our potential supernatural abilities and technologies. Magic. This is achieved through a delicate alchemical process of balancing the organic and inorganic elements of our own inner being, internally and externally, thereby transforming ourselves from lead to gold, figuratively speaking. This is achieved through various spiritual martial arts that include grounding, natural healing, recalibrating, and preparing ourselves with the natural and supernatural forces available to us through land, air, and waters of Mother Nature. This is the law, the only truth that can set us free. May I just add that there are also some other cosmic supernatural events to consider. I will further expound on these supernatural forces and events in a near future presentation. For now, let's continue. In conjunction with this essential inner work I have just described, we must also prepare the external foundations of the new earth paradigm we intend to create and shift into. This is what we call the Kingdom of Pineal. Currently, the pineal matrix is cultured around naturally living men and women who have organized themselves in anticipation for this divergent event of rapture we will be experiencing over the next few years. We have and are continually creating new organic structures of society based on principles of universal and natural laws. This newly cultured society is also creating new socio-economic systems based on common unity within independent sovereign communities, but also as part of a collective whole. These organic systems of matrix are based on sharing ideas, resources, information, and natural technologies. Our society is entrusted to be responsible for the earth, each other, and ourselves in an organic, organized, and structured sovereign system that benefits both the individual and greater good. Our motto is, and I quote, "There can be no happiness without order, no order without authority, no authority without unity, and culture is unity." Now, I'm well aware that some of you might view our approach towards an organic sovereign paradigm or matrix as counterintuitive, considering our inclination towards culturing scripts centered around order and authority. Indeed, for some, words like order, authority, and matrix can be triggering, as these words carry a resonance of karmic trauma for many. But consider this. Every organic creature, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, primates, fish, birds, and insects, all share one thing in common. They all have an instinctive nature of how to symbiotically coexist with each other in whatever environment they are naturally created into. They all have an instinctive knowing of what to eat, what to avoid, and how to symbiotically integrate within whatever matrix of nature they find themselves in. Everything in the natural world must always follow a natural matrix system in order to maintain balance and ultimately to thrive. All forms of conscious creation have hierarchies, structures, and systems that ensure individual and collective homogeny within their micro-matrix environments. Such is the intelligence of the universe and the earth. Humans are no exception to this. We too have natural and organic hierarchies, structures, and systems of living that we must honor in order to harmoniously thrive. Where there is no natural matrix, there is bound to be chaos, which ultimately leads to destruction. Human beings are unique in that we have the natural intelligence and active ability to create, destroy, and or choose whatever matrix of existence we individually and or collectively decide to explore and experience. The human world is currently in chaos and disease because we have lost our way. We have forgotten how to naturally live symbiotically within the laws of our natural organic matrix. For this reason, God, the original prime architect of this matrix, is currently at play, generating, organizing, and destroying old and toxic paradigms of reality in order for us to reset into progressive new world orders. As far as I'm concerned, it is up to us as the current progenitors of this earth to rebalance this imbalance if we so choose. Our destinies are in our hands, individually, but even more so collectively. The most sustainable and regenerative evolution we can instigate for humanity will only happen when we begin to return to our original, natural, and organic ways of living. The Kingdom of Pineal accepts this collective responsibility within the capacity of our capabilities. The Pineal organization is an initiative that was established in anticipation of the current paradigm shift we are now experiencing. We are not aligned with the AI matrix and certainly have no intentions of becoming a lawless society of misfits and anarchists. We view ourselves as a beacon of light for intelligent, visionary individuals who share our ideals of creating a matrix paradigm of sovereignty and common unity without supernatural limitations. Our current mission is to lay the foundations, prepare, and start building the organic New Earth matrix of the near future. We are organized, structured, and capable with a clear vision and plan of what kind of New Earth paradigm we want to create for ourselves and for future generations. We have created a structured and organized visionary New Earth blueprint, complete with development plans, a manifesto, tenets, and laws, all founded on natural laws and universal principles. We see the Pineal movement as a New Earth counterbalance to the AI matrix movement, one side of the coin, in accordance with the universal laws of correspondence, compensation, relativity, rhythm, polarity, cause, and effect. Where there is darkness, there must also be light. Where there is a yin, there must always be a yang. We are not in opposition to anything. We have no intention or desire to fight anyone. We operate in full trust that everything is divinely and proportionately exactly as it should be. Our mission is simply to forge our own path and fulfill our individual and collective destinies. As far as we are concerned, we are the breakaway civilization of rainbow children whom have collectively time-traveled from the future and returned to this timeline and space in order to forge a new and alternative futuristic path for humanity. We are the starseeds, here to plant the Pineal pine seed that will grow into a beautiful and fruitful family tree of life. Scripting and directing our own New Earth society is not just our birthright, it is also our destiny, ordained by higher powers and principalities of this universe. If what I have shared with you resonates, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Remember, we are all stronger together, and together we can build back better than before. You can reach us via email at pinealfoundation@gmail.com, or to find out more about us, you can visit our website www.kingdom-of-pineal.org, where you will find all the relevant information about our philosophy, manifesto, development plans, tenets, and laws. I trust that all I have shared with you today has positively inspired or motivated you. I also trust that you are one step closer to finding and walking your path if you weren't already doing so. If you are an organic, native, in alignment and resonance with Pineal's Earth mission, we look forward to hearing from you and possibly meeting you one day in the near future. From myself, Z, and the Pinheiro family here at Pineal, I give thanks and gratitude. Till next time, goodbye for now.
prophecy from our native ancestors. When the earth is ravaged and the animals are dying, a new tribe of people shall come onto the earth from many colours, classes, creeds, and who by their actions and deeds shall make the earth whole again. They will be known as the warriors of the rainbow, the children of the new earth.
During these times of change, the rivers of life will begin to flow very fast. They will flow so great and swift that there will be those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are torn apart and will suffer greatly. You too will find yourself in one of these rivers. Know this, all rivers have a destination. In these times of tribulation, we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of our river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. See who is in there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt.
From Bible to tribal, Cain to Abel, this is no fable. Hear, hear, witness the rise of the 432, resistance of the 144. 12 lost tribes of Dan, 3 genetic sons and daughters of man. Activate the ascension DNA of Dan. From papal Portugal, the Kingdom of Pineal, we come bearing gifts of good news, the Gospels of Genesis. Star seed children of the new earth, we are the ancestors of old. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are here to fulfill the prophecies of old. We are the creation of a new beginning.
The Pineal, seed of life. An immeasurable paradise. I am spirit, I am matter. I the living breath of nature. I am one with the law. I am of the land, air, and water. I am natural, I am free. I am sovereign, abundant, happy. I give thanks for all that is, for I am part of all that is. As above, so below, as within, without is how you go. I am kin of the dome, Kingdom of Pineal is I am home. All through creation we breathe to this nation of life. We breathe to this nation of life. The Pineal, seed of life.